Running a Minecraft server can be one of the most tedious tasks in the game world. Getting a hosting platform, assuming you're not using your own computers on your home network, setting up plugins, deciding to be public or private for players. But is the journey worth it? Let's ask a previously experienced Minecraft admin, myself. Hey guys, Coordinator coming at you live here from AlphaVicely. As you can tell, I just tried a new intro, so I kind of want to see how that's going to turn out with the viewers and everything. I may have gotten inspired from other YouTubers for that intro, so I kind of want to see how that plays out. But today, our topic we're going to be discussing today is being a Minecraft admin. Now, I'm not going to go into details about being a Minecraft admin in this video, but I'm going to go into details about how my experience of being a Minecraft admin was, and just my whole story of being a Minecraft admin itself. So, I want to start off by talking about the community we joined to get to that Minecraft server. At this time, as far as I know, the community is dead. It was called Killsteel. The point of us joining Killsteel was that Puka was an admin of this community and was an admin of the previous community that came from that, known as Antimeta. We normally wouldn't see him come on Xfire as often, which was our normal channel of communication at the time. And one time he eventually did tell us, like, okay, he's on TeamSpeak, here's the IP address for it. Now, for this Killsteel community, they mainly were a League of Legends community. Like, all they did was League of Legends tournaments, that's all they did. You would join these tournaments basically for RP or for fun at the time before they got sponsorships from Riot. Now, of course, besides League of Legends, people want to do something else, right? So I was thinking, okay, why don't I make a Minecraft make a Minecraft server? At the time, I actually didn't want to make a public community Minecraft server. I actually was going to make it for Tony, myself, Sammy, Rookie, Puka, all my friends. But then I decided, here, let's venture out, and then let's actually do this a one-time dedicated public server. So then I finally decided to make a community server for Killsteel. It would be the Killsteel Gaming Minecraft server at the time. Now, while running this Minecraft server, luckily for me in my position at my job, being 16 years old, I actually had to work part-time for a tech support job for a local ISP. At that time, what happened is that I was able to, like, in between calls, I was able to play on games, I was able to go on YouTube, do whatever I wanted. Like, my boss brought in his own laptop, I bring in my own laptop. Like, it was known that when you come in there, you're going to probably bring something for entertainment use between calls. So for this case, especially running a Minecraft server, I would be able to run my Minecraft server at home. I'd be able to run it while I'm at work, nearly becoming 24/7, constantly nearby the computer as things would arise, and I'll get to later. Now, I'd be always doing late night fixing issues, server issues regarding like backups, making sure plugins were working properly, making sure that things were assigned properly, making sure that players would have the best experience they could have for a Minecraft server. Honestly, up to this date, I've not put in this much effort into a project like this. So for my main staff, it was myself as well as 4 other people. It was going to be Rookie, Sammy, Puka, and Tony. These would be the 5 main people that I was going to assign. Although there is going to be another person that was very helpful in the beginning, also called Pi, who also was a member of the Killsteel community as well. He wasn't a organizer or staff, but we did get along eventually, and we were basically co-staff owners for a little bit. Of course, while I'm running the server, again, like I mentioned, configuring plugins and permissions, things like that, you got to be really careful when you're configuring them because things can go wrong. I'll actually give you a pretty good example of this. So, in our system, how it worked is that if you, in order for you to be active on our server and to use plugins, like the home feature you might be aware of, being able to use toolkits, so you automatically have a set of tools instead of like struggling to get wood stuff, wood tools like shovels and axes. In order for players to be able to use any of those commands, you actually had to be promoted by a staff member at that time. That's what I wanted to do because we used to do it when people could just come on and do whatever they wanted, but then that caused griefing, and it caused constant griefers. They would get banned and they would come on like another account and come back on. So I decided to promote anyone that we know. So an instance of this going wrong is that one time I told a member came on the server, and I think Tony was the only one online that day. However, he promoted this person, he promoted him from like a guest to a normal user, but on their side, I don't think he saw that it actually was that it was in fact. So he ended up doing it one more time. And the thing is, for our anarchy system, it was basically guest, normal, moderator, owner. I didn't have admin because I was basically the admin. So what would happen is that, for whatever reason in my permission system, when Tony promoted this person from normal, the next thing it should have done was go to moderator. However, it skipped moderator entirely and he went straight to owner. So literally this guy had everything you could imagine someone you don't want to have access to the server has. Every permission, he can go in ghost mode, he can spawn whatever he wants. Luckily for myself, I actually was off that day. I think I was doing something else when Tony promoted them, so I was nearby. I was able to get them fixed immediately, but this just shows that you need to be really careful when setting up these servers, especially I actually was really lucky in this case. The guy that did it, he claims he didn't spawn anything, but I looked in the server logs because I had other plugins that actually track what's brought into the game and what is like created or automatically, and what's brought in like naturally or spawned in. And he didn't spawn some stuff for him, but I didn't give him any attitude about it because it was a fault of mine. And he didn't spawn like TNT or anything, and he spawned in like some tools. Like I think he spawned in like a diamond pickaxe or something. I was like, okay, I can't really complain. It's my fault anyways. Probably should have taken it away from him, but that was how I viewed it at that time. And then also, while running this Minecraft community, another story I want to kind of bring up is when Lovesong was accused of either hacking or griefing. I can't actually remember exactly what it was. I remember specifically, I woke up at 11 o'clock. I'm like, okay, I'm going to drink some water. I'm going to have a little breakfast, and then I'm going to get on the Minecraft server. I come onto the Minecraft server, all the players are causing just so much, basically are being really loud and are being really rude to Lovesong because Lovesong is being accused of hacking or griefing at this time. So I actually had to go in detective mode, basically use my server plugins. I used a few at the time with show logs of when blocks were moved by who moved the blocks, was it moved by the world, was it moved naturally, was it moved by a player, the TNT blow it up from a certain distance. It actually will tell you everything. I did a lot of research on these plugins. Finally, I determined Lovesong is not the griefer who did this, and it wasn't, as far as I know, it wasn't even him. He said it wasn't him. If I remember right, it was not him who did it. I do remember closing the case that he was not guilty, but then he was either done by the world or it was done by someone else, and I can't remember what happened afterwards. But that's another case showing what can happen in your game that you need to be very delicate with, because in that case, Lovesong could have easily been accused guilty in that case, banned from the server. He is a good friend of ours, so he could have easily been banned permanently, and that could have actually done something to our friendship, right? So now this community, this Minecraft server is now running for about 2 to 3 months. Being a Minecraft server, it has 30 players peak active, which is a record of mine. I ought to be constantly online and aware of any tasks that were going on with players. And being a Minecraft admin itself, you don't actually think about it until you have a lot of players, but you're not just doing the technical support of everything. You actually are you're a mental mentor people can go to when they need to dispute certain cases. In the Minecraft world, people would constantly, complain about griefing. You might be aware of that term. That's when someone destroys basically someone else's property, moves someone else's property in a way that the original owner of that item and or block or place did not want it intended to be moved or destroyed or tampered with. So I'm always constantly aware of what's going on, taking care of people, things like that. And so about 2 to 3 months later, this one person comes on. I don't really want to say his name for the sake of the video, in case I ever run into him ever again. But let's just call him Thomas for the sake of the video. So Thomas shows up, being a previous admin on his own server. He joins the Killsteel gaming community. He claimed his server was running 70 players active at one point in time. He had a donation system that actually was drawing in income for himself and being able to run the server. But for whatever reason, he got tired of it and shut down the server. For reasons I don't remember going into detail with, or it wasn't any of my business. So him being an experienced Minecraft admin, I did want some help from him with some plugins, things like that. So I did ask him to help me with, what's a good anti-griefing plugin. I do remember we actually had to get on the server. I had to give him some permissions to do certain things for me. So he did help me in a way kind of set up some things for the server. So I think in me doing that, me and him doing that, he must have felt like he must have been entitled to something, but he wasn't entitled to anything. So what happened is that a staff member and Thomas, we'll call him, are having a problem. Either I think Thomas was having a problem with someone else, either on my staff or I think it was a player in the game. I remember Thomas went straight to me for it, because that's what he does. Anytime he has a problem, he goes straight to me. This has been a thing for weeks now, so I'm aware. He's basically one of my more touchy customers, if you want to put it like that. He would come to me and say, "Hey, this and this happened. This is wrong. Can you get rid of this guy?" And I sat there and I said, what he did wasn't wrong. That doesn't mean I have to ban him or anything. You're just being ridiculous. And he says, "You're immature. Stupid." He insults me multiple times, saying a bunch of derogatory terms at me, and he's like, "You know what? Fuck this server. I'm gonna go make my own Minecraft server. I'm gonna run it better than you ever ran your damn server anyways." And I'm sitting here like, you had 70 players active at one time. Why would you drop that anyways? Right? So obviously something might have happened that I don't know about. Maybe there's a reason that he's kind of a dick, let's put it. So I back up the staff member, and then Thomas leaves my Minecraft server, and he goes talk to the community admins about it. And he's like, "Hey, Colnator is being rude. He's being a jerk on TeamSpeak. We need to get rid of the server immediately." The problem is, after talking to me from all the admins at that time and talking to Thomas again, all the admins had my back. All of them knew I was not in the wrong. What I did it is my server, and they actually had no jurisdiction to touch anything with my server, since my server was being ran directly from my own funds, and it wasn't technically tied to Killsteel Gaming at that time, except for its own name. So it officially was not that community server. It legally wasn't their server, so they actually could not do anything to stop me, and all of them agreed I did nothing wrong. So that was definitely two pluses for me. But then that wasn't enough for him. He didn't go to admins. He went straight to the community owner, discussing with the community owner, like, "This is stupid. I want to make my own server." So he does make his own server. I forgot what it's called. It's like something. I don't even care anymore about the name. It's irrelevant. So Thomas owns his own server for a couple of weeks. But this is the problem. I don't have a problem with him owning his server. My problem was that he was basically officially backed by, not legally, but he was basically officially backed by the Killsteel funds that were coming in, either donations, players, things like that. Things that I've been trying to get up and running for weeks, he was able to do within days, officially. And I actually did talk to the community owner, and they even said, "Hey, we can do this. You just got to be willing to take the steps. We can go into a meeting later," things like that. This could have gone to the next level. I could have been making money off of running the server. But Thomas, it's not enough for him to have his own server. He has to try and steal my players and staff to go join his server. Luckily, my staff at the time, all of them were completely loyal to me. That's because I knew most of them for years, except for a couple of the staff members at the time, which we then added on. Zyther was a staff member as well, if I remember right. He wasn't a moderator, he was something else. A Love Song was what we call a bug catcher, where he would basically break the game or break the server in any way he could, report it back to me so that I could fix it. Basically, he was our exploiter. He would be doing the bug testing for me. And then we had other people like Zentani. She was the recruiter, but she was a part recruiter. I don't really want to go into that too much and what happened. But yep. And then I had Pi again. He was inactive at this time. He was no longer a part of the staff. I think he had real life stuff to do. We got tired of Minecraft. I actually don't blame him, because he's been around since day one. We were up all night doing a bunch of things. The thing is, when he tried selling my players, the players actually, all of them had my back, or at least most of them did. I do remember a couple did go, but I think the only reason they went was because I banned him for griefing on my server. But I heard that they went to his server and then they got banned again within days of griefing. So I thought that was hilarious. So anyways, these players had my back. Even the players that Thomas brought on from his old 70+ user active server had my back. They were saying, "Dude, I've known this guy for way too long. He does this all the time. He always makes a fuss about littlest things. I'm in college. I don't need to deal with this drama. If I want a drama, I just go back to high school." And I'm sitting here if you have respect from people older than you, because at the time I'm 16, and there's people 20, 22, 21, if they respect you enough not to, move, then you're obviously doing something right. So the community, again, the owner had the back of the server. Basically, within 1 week, that server had no players. Within about 2 weeks, it did have some players. At the same time, my server was also decreasing in players because people were tired of the drama that was going on. And by about week 3, I would say there was very little players. By week 2, I'm saying like maybe like 8 to 9. In week 3, there's probably about 2 to 3, and one of them is the owner. So that does not even count. So 2 players. And I went back there a long time ago. I think about like week 5 or 6. That whole entire room was just gone. It never existed. No one was in it ever. It was ran by someone else, not by Thomas. So at this point, when he's running the server and everything, I'm like, all right, you know what? I'm tired of this drama too. I'm gonna shut down the server. Now, some of the admins actually, they heard about the news that happened that I was shutting down the server, and they actually reached out to me saying like, are you shutting it down because we didn't handle something? Are you shutting it down because of this? Because from what their understanding, they thought I was shutting it down because I didn't get the kill steal name. When the admins both came to me and they said, you can use the kill steal name. That's totally fine. You've done nothing but good for our community. You've brought in players. This is good for us. Please stay. And I said, no, I'm not going to stay. I'm not going to run my server for kill steal anymore because I had to deal with this prick over here. And you guys basically didn't back me up when you guys claimed you backed me up. So I decided to shut down the server anyways because of the stress and unneeded drama. So the TeamSpeak group full of the Minecraft players basically died out anyways prior to this. And then there was 5 people left, which is again, Rookie, Sammy, Puka, Tony, myself. Alright, we're no longer playing Minecraft. We're literally in our own one channel. And on this giant TeamSpeak community list, we don't interact with the community anymore due to some external drama with the staff and Puka and myself. And we don't talk to any of them ever. So beyond kill steal, now if you do run an administrator or you admin a server right, and then benefits can come out of it. As soon as people heard I no longer wanted to run the server because of things with kill steal, I actually was offered by other communities that did want me as a server. They were ex-kill steal members, ex-kill steal staff. They make their own server. They made their own community, and they were like, "Hey, I remember you used to run a really good Minecraft server. Are you willing to come to us and run your own Minecraft server?" And I would ask them, I'm like, what do you want me to do? They would say, well, you'd be doing everything you did for kill steal, except you're running it under our name. All right, if you need funding, we got you. It is like, just tell us how much it's going to cost, and we are willing to take the cost of it as long as you admin the server. At this time, I decide it's actually really too stressful for me to manage a server, especially since that all this was happening during the summer. So now that it's about July, school's coming up pretty soon, and I actually didn't want to run a Minecraft server anymore. So I was like, if I do, I can set up the basics, I can kind of do a little this and that, but I can't run it full time anymore. It just isn't, I technically cannot do it because of educational reasons of my high school. I can't just skip school just to run a Minecraft server. It doesn't work like that. So most of them understood, and I actually talked to a few of them today still, and they've still mentioned it to me. They're like, hey, you know, if you want to run a Minecraft server again, like, we got you. And I'm like, no, I don't want to really do that anymore. I do, but I don't sometimes. So in the end, I declined all the offers, and I haven't made a public Minecraft server since. Of course, I made in-house servers for AlphaVicely, as well as other friends like Official Shots, Hex Sketch, you know, all of our friends as well. But I haven't run a public server like that again. So what I've learned from over my Minecraft experience or running a Minecraft server was that running a Minecraft server can be fun, but be ready to work long hours on a project you own entirely. The good thing about how I ran my server was that Killsteel did not fund it. Since they did not fund it, and since they did not own the server, anything I said goes. I've always liked it when I'm the boss, not when I'm reporting to someone in this case. Only because in the previous instances I have been screwed over, but I think many people can relate to that. Okay? Being a Minecraft server admin doesn't mean you only do technical issues. Okay? While I had a staff of moderators, none of us had any experience doing anything to this scale before. Puka was the only person who had any experience dealing with multiple people that you might not be familiar with very well, and even then he had to do admin things on the TeamSpeak community side more than being a moderator on my Minecraft thing, as that was kind of a side thing for him. And it wasn't that needed. He wasn't that needed because he was always doing something else. So I always had either Rookie or Tony or Sammy do it instead. And now the real question is, would I ever run a Minecraft server again? Well, after everything I have told you, to only find out the problem was due to one person who caused enough drama to kill the player base and to make his own server, which then his player base didn't even exist, basically. Would I ever run the Minecraft server again? Yes. Yes, I would run the Minecraft server again. I would only run it again if I had enough time to do it, if I was in that unique situation where my job was a tech support job or something, where I could bring my own laptop and I could constantly be doing something, and I'd have to be very passionate about Minecraft again. And I haven't been passionate about Minecraft in a very long time. Would I do it for another game? Probably. As far as my friends have known, I've been the one who runs the servers regarding either Minecraft servers. We never tried DayZ servers, but any type of game servers that requires like port forwarding, Starbound, Minecraft as well. Anything that requires port management or administration, I've typically been at the helm for that. So yes, I would do running a dedicated public server again. It has to be under some unique circumstances, like I mentioned. Either I'd have to do it when I have access to my server 24/7 or nearly 24/7. And now that I've done more research, I could have actually saved a whole lot of money running a Minecraft server a different way. At that time, this is kind of a side thing, but at that time I think I paid $60 over 2 months to run a like 2.5 gigabyte server. Now I know multiple places that I can go to their websites and I can buy a Minecraft server 6 gigs for, like $12 a month. So $24 over like 2 months. And that's for 6 gigs. I didn't need 6 gigs. I really wanted 6 gigs. I wanted 3 gigs on my last server. But the problem is the hosting that I was using was too support dependent, which is why it was so expensive. So if you had a problem, you couldn't handle it. You have to go through their channels on these hosting platforms, and they could do it for you, which is fine. My only problem is that it's so expensive for like 24/7 dedicated Minecraft support. Like, do I actually need that? I've ran a Minecraft server enough times to know I don't need that. I can always run. I gotta work through it. I've been up very late. I've nearly been up 24 hours, multiple days working on the server. I can do it anytime I want to. Well, there you have it, guys. That's kind of my Minecraft server admin story I kind of want to give you guys for quite some time, actually, for a few months. I want to kind of explain myself a little bit in detail here. So I hope you guys enjoyed the video and hope you learned something from an actually experienced Minecraft admin myself. If you have any questions, please post them in the comments as well. I will answer any questions you guys have. If you like the video, please make sure to comment, like, and subscribe to our video for more content. And YouTube, I'll see you guys later. Oh, I'm sorry guys, I forgot to mention one more thing. I'm now running a business for reselling video game keys, so if you're looking for the best game deals on the net, come check out avicekeys.alphavicely.com.